Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, it's Monday, it's the start of another week, February 17th. So I decided, what am I going to do this week? Well, I just got the G&L Legacy done on the last video, and I just wasn't quite happy with it. So I decided I'm going to go ahead in this video, I'm going to go ahead and fix this volume pot that I complained about in the previous two videos. And I'm also going to look at doing something different with this tremolo bar, whammy bar. It's too low. So after a couple days of jamming, these are just a couple things that were getting on my nerves. And I thought, you know what, I need to fix this. It'd be a good opportunity to show everybody how to do that volume knob so that it doesn't stick up so far. And that way your knob can sit flush with the pick guard whenever it's in the down position. So we'll do that, and also see if I can do something with this whammy bar, and we'll call it good. What do you think? Now the first thing we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to find another hex nut and a washer. This is a locking washer is what it is. And I'm going to have to get another set, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another hex nut on the bottom side of the volume pot, and we're just going to sandwich the pick guard and until we get the volume pot at the height that we want. So I'm going to try to go to Ace Hardware, somewhere like that, Home Depot, wherever they got a lot of bolts and stuff, hardware, and see if I can get another set. If not, I may have to buy another one of these volume pots, which I'm going to try to avoid that. So I guess let me get on down the road and see what I can find. Well, I took a drive and I went over to my local Ace Hardware, and they didn't have a hex nut. And now they did have the washer, and I probably should have grabbed one, but I figured since I didn't have the hex nut, there was no point in getting the washers. Well, that was stupid, but anyway, I robbed Peter to pay Paul. I took I took the hex nut off of this 1/4 inch jack right here, and it actually fits my volume pot over here. So, hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Now the only drawback is I do need one of these locking washers, and I'm gonna keep rummaging around the house here, and maybe I'll find one, who knows. Well, I hope you guys don't mind the glare. I just had to open the window, get some light in this room, but I decided to just go with what I got. This flat washer that I've got, it'll work just fine. I got to thinking about it, and you know, these other original potentiometers only had a flat washer on the underside, so we should be just fine. You know, I was just going to put a lock washer on the bottom side too, just to make sure that it stays snug, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. So I guess we just need to get the strings off of here and get going here. Got the strings off, so I set them over there to the side. I'm gonna save those. That way I'll have some backup strings in case I break a string. And we're ready to unsolder this ground wire from the tremolo, And I've got my soldering gun warming up. And we're going to go ahead and start on that next. I want to get it loose, and then I want to clean up all of this solder. I've got my solder sucker over there. You just get the solder hot, it'll suck all that up. That way it'll be all fresh and prepped up, ready for the next, whenever I get done, because I'll have to resolder it back. So let me get going on this. Well, look at that. Got it all nice and clean. So we're ready to turn this thing over and start taking this pick guard off. So let's get going on that. Well, let's get this pick guard off here. What do you think? Hey, while I'm doing this, hey, if you like this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And it really helps out the channel. So just thought I'd mention that. But we're going to get this pick guard off of here and get started here in a second. And hopefully knock this out pretty quick. And have that knob sitting flush where it needs to be. So I probably should have did this on the last video, but I was wanting to get it done, you know. And you know, you get into a project like this, it's tedious work, you know. You got to be patient. You can't just kind of move ahead. You got to think through everything. So anyway, let me get this other knob off of here before I get too far along with the pick guard screws. Use my spanner tool. There we go. So we'll get all these screws off, and I'll show you what's going on with this. I'll bring you in closer and show you what I'm going to do. All right, so she's ready to come up out of there. Let me see if I can find a spot to pry this up. Here we go. All right. Pull the ground wire from the back out, and it should lay right over. All right, let me bring you in a little closer and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, there you have it. I've got the volume pot pulled through on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this washer and this nut on there, and that'll create a stopping point. So I got to figure out how much shaft needs to stick up. So let me get that all figured out. Once I get the hex nut into position, I'll show you. All right, I got the hex nut on the back side, and you can see that it took up quite a bit of it actually, but let me show you the front. I've got the shaft pushed down as low as it can go. See? There's absolutely no thread there. But I got her snug down. That's as low as it can go. Let me put the knob on, and then we'll see how that turns out. Look at that. Success. Check this out. Watch this. Flush with the pick guard. Just like I wanted. So success, guys. So now I got to figure out something to do with this whammy bar. Surely there's a way I could bend that. I think I got an idea. All right, guys and gals, I got the strings put back on. So I got to get her tuned up to 440 standard, and then, but before I can do that, I'm going to have to go ahead and solder this ground wire. So as soon as I get that done, then we can fire this dude up and see how she sounds. Hopefully I can get something done with this whammy bar. It's just too flat, like I said. So I'm going to try to bend from this portion up. I'm going to try to bend it up some more, and I think that'll be the way to go. So anyway, until I can get this thing tuned up, get that solder done, then we'll move to the next step. Hopefully, I'm thinking I can just put that thing in a vise and bend it somehow. So hopefully that's what I'll end up doing. Well, it's the next day. Got sidetracked yesterday. So this morning I decided I better get up to Guitar Center, get me some new knobs. We're supposed to be getting some snow overnight tonight here in Nashville, Tennessee area. So I figured I better get up there to do that. And so I just decided, you know, it makes no sense to do all this work and then put these old knobs back on here. Plus, this knob here, it has a bad tendency to, when you pull up for the coil split, it just pulls right off. So it's just gotten wallered out over time, and it's old. So I purchased some fender replacement knobs, Stratocaster knobs. So we're going to put those on here. That hopefully will take care of that. And then I'm going to get to the whammy bar over here and see what the heck we're going to have to do on that deal. So anyway, let's get going. Well, that new knob is awesome. Check it out. That is awesome. I mean, it fits on there really snug. So that's exactly what I wanted. So man, that is awesome. So here's the old knob, and so I got some spare knobs anyway. Glad to have that knocked out. All right, fellers and fellettes, I just wanted to show you the difference. Now this is my Paul Reed Smith Swamp Ash Special. Now that's the whammy bar on it, and you can see how high the whammy bar is on it. And you know, it's comfortable. It's perfect. It's perfect height. But when you go over here and you look at the G&L, look how much lower that is. So if I can get that to come up, I measured it with my measure tape, and it looks like the PRS is about 1 3/4 inches from the body. And then this one's probably about 1.5 inches. So if you take your measure tape, you can see what I'm talking about. So it's a lot lower. So let me figure out what I can do on this deal. I think I could put that thing in a vise and just bend it up to where I want it. So let's see if we can figure out a way to do that. I failed to mention that you can adjust these. You know, you've got a little bit of adjustability there. But even with the PRS, when I usually go all the way down and then just pop up just a little bit. It seems like a comfortable spot. And these tremolo arms, they have on the back side, they'll have an Allen wrench. And that's what tightens the arm, once you get it in the position you want. Now the G&L is the same way. See? It's got an Allen wrench right there. But with the G&L, you can see you don't have as much of a arm there, so you pretty much gotta go all the way down, and you're just kind of, you know, I did pull it up a little bit, but you're pretty much stuck with that. That's another reason why it's so low. All right, folks, I'm out in the garage, and I put some painter's tape on the tremolo arm. I'm gonna put it up here in this vise. Now I'm gonna have to try to figure out a way that I can bend this. So let's just take a look and see what we can do here. I put that tape on there so I wouldn't char up the arm, and it doesn't really have to be in there that tight. If I could pull this way, ooh, I think I did it right there. I pulled it about a ½ inch or so at least. Now that should put it up a lot higher. But let's go measure it on the guitar body, and I'll let you know if that's going to be enough or not. If not, I'll come back out here. All right, well, I need to go a little bit further, so let's get her back in there. And let's see if we can get a little bit more out of it. Just a smidge. Well, get a better grip on it. Maybe that'll work right there. I think that's going to be it, guys. That's just going to have to be it. I think it's going to work. All right, let's get back inside and see what we got. All right, success. I got that tremolo whammy bar, wiggle stick, whatever you want to call it. I've got her raised up to where she needs to be. It matches my PRS, which I've liked. It's real comfortable. The PRS is approximately 1.75 inches. So the G&L, I matched it. So we're now at 1.75 inches. So that job is finished. So now it's time to fire that dude up. And I don't know if, I doubt I'll get to it today, but I'll definitely hook it up for you, let you listen to it, and I'll show you a couple of reasons why I did the things I did, because, you know, those two things, man, if your volume pod is sticking way up like that, it'll get on your nerves, and if your tremolo bar isn't where it needs to be, it's aggravating. So, anyway, we'll hook this thing up on the amp, and we'll give her a listen, and hopefully this will be it for the G&L. I've got other projects coming, so. Well, here's why I'm doing guitar videos inside. Check out all the snow we got. It's insane. Look at that. Pretty good little bout of snow. Let's, I got my handy dandy ruler here. Let's see how much snow we got. Oh, let's see here. 2 inches looks like. So, I guess it's all we're gonna get. So good, thank God. I'm about tired of winter. So let's go inside and check this guitar out. All right, well, we're inside where it's nice and toasty. So I thought I'd do a quick summary first of everything that's been done to the G&L Legacy. Again, this is a 2007 G&L Legacy, and it's a Indonesian model. So that'd make it, what, 16, 17 years old, somewhere roughly. So everything I've done to this is I've reworked the frets. That's the first thing I did. I had some high frets and it had a bad fret buzz. I got all that worked out. That's all good. I've installed strap locks. These are Shaler strap locks, so you can just lock your strap onto your strap holder there. So I did that. I installed, this isn't the original pickguard. It originally came with a white, just a plain white pickguard. So I installed a pearloid, a white pearloid, and I had purchased that. I did that years ago. I've installed a Seymour Duncan JB model humbucker in the back, and that is Seymour Duncan's most popular pickup. I installed a push-pull volume pot so that I can coil split the humbucker. That allows me to still get the Fender Strat sound now that I have a humbucker there. And then these two single coils are Seymour Duncan SSL 5s. And those were created by David Gilmour from Pink Floyd. And so I think that's everything. Oh, I did modify the whammy bars you seen earlier. But the tuners, I will say the tuners are really good tuners. I've not had to replace those. This guitar has never ever had a tuning problem. So they did put, back then, they did put good tuners and hardware on here. I've never had any problems with the tremolo either. Now there's only one other mod that I'm planning on doing, and that is I'm going to install a Floyd Rose tremolo stabilizer in the back. I've already installed one on my PRS guitar, and I really like them, especially for these older vintage style tremolos. They're great. It really, you can really just get on them and not go out of tune. So anyway, I just wanted to summarize everything I've done to the guitar since I've owned it. I've been the only owner, and this thing is, you know, after everything I've done, you look at the pickups, it's about $300 in pickups. Of course, I had to put a new push-pull volume pot in there. The Shaler strap locks. So this guitar was, I think it was $499, brand new in 2007. And I've sunk about another $300 or $400 in it. So it's a good $800 to $1,000 guitar. And I'm happy with it. It's just very versatile, very versatile. So anyway, let's hook this thing up and jam it out for a bit. All right, I got her hooked up through. Actually, got her hooked up through my iMac on GarageBand. I think I got it on the classic drive, overdrive setting. So let's see what we got. like it. Pretty cool. Alright, I guess I can show you a clean sound. So, I'm not even sure what setting it's on over here. What's it on? It's on chicken picking. I can't chicken picking for nothing, but just showing you the clean sounds. Almost played an E minor there. Anyway. Alright, that's going to do it for the 2007 G&L Legacy. I'm glad to get everything done with it, and I'm really liking this guitar. It's awesome. I failed to mention it's got a 25.5-inch scale length on the neck, which is, I think, the same for Fender Strats. And also, it's got a 12-inch radius on the fretboard. So there's a couple things I don't know if I mentioned. And also, the Tribute Series. Pretty sure G&L still makes these. So you can still get them. And like I showed you, man, that the bodies and the necks on them are great. So definitely worth upgrading. Definitely. So I'm definitely happy with mine, that's for sure. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps out the channel. I've got some more content coming soon. I've got to get on my back on my 2014 Nissan Frontier. I've got some fuel injector issues, so that's going to be coming soon, and hopefully maybe some more guitar projects too. So anyway, until the next time, we'll see you.